Everybody, Andrew Cuneo here. The Historic Metagame Challenge is back, which means it's time to play some more Tainted Pact. I've made many videos on many different iterations of this Tainted Pact deck, which you could certainly search for if you're interested in watching some of the old variations. This one's not too different from the last time I played. I think maybe I've changed the equation to my sideboard, and that's the only different card. If you've never seen one of these before, it's based on a combo where you use Tainted Pact to exile your deck, and then you use Jace to draw a card when you don't have a deck, so you win. That necessitates playing basically a singleton deck. You can play 2 copies of Tainted Pact and 2 copies of Jace, because when you execute the combo, you will have drawn 1 copy of each card. There are other ways that you can achieve the combo, like if you draw 2 Tainted Pacts, you can Tainted Pact till you hit the first Jace, take it, and then Tainted Pact to exile your deck, and then you win with the Jace. You can also use this card, Laelia. If it's getting through unblocked with Tainted Pact, you can generally kill your opponent. Sometimes if you need it to get really big and you've still got 2 Jaces left in your deck, you might not actually kill them. But it's a pretty reliable way to win. Other than that, this is sort of just a control deck. It's like a singleton control deck with a combo kill. The sideboard is just, a bunch of different removal spells that are good in different situations. Some cards that are better against creatureless decks, like, Duress and Negate, stuff like that. I'm not going to go over every card in this deck. There's a lot of different ones, but I do think this is actually a pretty good deck. So I am very happy to get to run it through one of these metagame challenges. On the draw, obviously missing black mana, but I'm going to be able to impulse on turn 2, and I have Prismari Command, which will hopefully deal with whatever they might put in play or fix my mana, whatever I need it to do. I really don't like mulliganing very much in Historic because so many of the decks are Thoughtseize decks, and if you just start a card down and you get Thoughtseized, it's really, really punishing. Their hand is probably just a bunch of removal spells, would be my guess. Just going to take the black mana. I'm going to leave up Censor rather than playing the Mazemind Tome. Next turn I can play a land and play the Mazemind Tome. I can also play Prismari Command, potentially this turn. Yes, I'll censor that. It is a really juicy target for Innocent Blood as well. I'm going to remove a Censor from my graveyard. Obviously, you don't want to just remove a creature there and just gain 3 life. That's a pretty bad use of a card. I'll put the shields down with Mystical Dispute for 1 turn, just because I can use all my mana just on the Mazemind Tome this turn. Also, I have Innocent Blood, which will allow me to clean up a lot of the stuff that they might play on their turn. Baron more in their deck, weird. I wonder what the idea behind that is. Sure. Let's see what they do with the rest of their turn. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the Harvester, get a treasure, and then immediately spend the treasure on the tome. I don't have a bunch of stuff in my hand that I really want to loot away. The other option might have been to cast Memory Deluge, but I like leaving the board empty and just playing a nice slow game. No, it's not slow anymore. I need to be a little bit careful in how I approach executing this combo, just because they can have Sheoldred's Edict in their deck, which would be an instant speed way to interact with it. And given that I've got like a ton of card drawing online, I'm at 18 life, there's really no need for me to aggressively try to combo kill them. I can just win a simple game where I just wait till I draw a Thoughtseize, or I can try to win through some sort of different approach to winning.
Overwhelming.
I think I'm just gonna leave up all my mana and play Memory Deluge plus Mystical Dispute or Mazemind Tome. I can play Jace, and I'd be able to get it back with Takenuma. The one thing that's a little bit tricky about that, though, is that I don't really want to mill them with Jace, because they almost definitely have Croxa in their deck. And if I mill myself and I get unlucky, and like I mill another Tainted Pact, and like Snapcaster Mage or something, it might make it, it'll actually make it complicated for me to win. A decent chance they just die here. Yeah. Assuming I have 4 blue mana, which I do. You're dead. Oh, this blue. It's Jace.
I'm always a step ahead.
I like to respond to the activation of Jace just because the way that Arena works, if I time out somehow, Arena defaults to pick and decline with Tainted Pact, so I would win the game anyway. There's also sometimes situations where if you have instant speed card draw, your opponent might wait until the Tainted Pact resolves and then try to kill the Jace. And if you can respond with an instant speed draw spell at that point, you can win the game instead. That's obviously not the case here, because I don't have access to any more mana, and my opponent doesn't have access to any mana. So I think my opponent's probably playing this out just because they want to see what's in my deck, or they want to waste time. Maybe they'd never seen the combo work, but they did choose the Tainted Pact when they Thoughtseized me, which made me think that they had an idea what was going on. In this matchup, I'm not a fan of Languish. I do like Go for the Throat, especially because they played 2 Sheoldreds. I like Rusko. Might like Chance the Equation. I actually like a Braid because instant speed ways to kill Crucius are pretty important. Don't really like Mystical Dispute. I don't even really like Innocent Blood. Like, it was good that game, but it's not that great as a sorcery speed removal spell. I need to cut one more card. I'm just going to cut Spell Pierce. I boarded in Rusco here, which might seem a little bit weird, but the idea is that basically it's a 2-for-1. And the games can go pretty long, so actually cashing in the clock does happen sometimes. This game is probably not going to go pretty long. Them having a unopposed Crucius is not ideal. Why do they have this on the deck? What the hell? I don't really get that one. I couldn't go for Tainted Pact to find Jace. Tainted Pact there, I don't have enough lands. Wielder, no. Should I kill Rahilda? I'm gonna let it hit me. See what they do. It's possible they play something I want to change the equation on. It's possible that they just do something where they're mostly tapped out, at which point I'm just gonna try to kill them. This is a game where I feel like I've fallen far enough behind that it's worth potentially gambling a little bit. Inquisition. Alright. Depending on what they take. I might just go for the Throat Crucius. He took Narset. Really weird. Okay. I think they don't understand how the combo works. I'd gone into full control there because I wanted... Oh, I guess I don't understand how the combo works. I should have. I didn't have enough mana to just kill them. It was just me being stupid. I should have killed the Crucius before they got a chance to is that a raid? Okay. Okay. Yeah, this has been a pretty badly played game, I think, on both players' parts. My opponent definitely should have taken one of these Tainted Pacts. And I definitely should have. That's my go for the throat sooner. So now I need to decline until there's only 1 or 2 cards left in my deck. I don't think there's anything they can have for 1 mana. But I guess maybe we'll find out. I think Rending Volley hits Planeswalkers. Also, my Planeswalker would have too much loyalty. Fry definitely works, but people don't really play Fry anymore because of Rending Volley exists now. Sheoldred's Edict would obviously work, but I don't know if mana for that. Also, I could potentially find an untapped land if it's in the bottom 3 cards of my deck, or I guess if it's the second or third card from the bottom, and then I would have access to change the equation. It's always nice to have these two in your opening hand. A little bit light on lands, but I might cycle this. I might also just draw 2 lands. You can, in theory, Tainted Pact and just hope to have a land in your bottom 3 cards. I would only do that if the game was looking to be in really dire straits. They're going to take Censor or Tainted Pact. It's got to be one of those two. Can I interest you in taking Innocent Blood upon it? I'll play Censor if they play into it here. If they don't play into it, I'm going to play Consider, and if I still don't find a land, I'm just going to cycle Censor. So I want to be able to cast Narset next turn. I'm going to cast Narset, so I'm just going to cycle the Censor. It's hard to get a lot of value off of Censor once your opponent knows you have it. I mean, you can use them to lock out their mana potentially on like a key turn, but you're just never going to get to counter their most important spell with Censor once they know that you have it. Okay, like that. See, it's annoying that Seek New Knowledge cannot find lands. I really just want to make a land drop this turn. Definitely going to be casting Innocent Blood. The question is, am I going to be casting Innocent Blood and Thoughtseize? And the answer is no.
Hone your prowess.
Yeah, I guess I should have done that first. I probably would have played Bloodchief's Thirst over Innocent Blood. I'm not gonna Thoughtseize them here just because I want to be able to cast Mystical Dispute. Potentially. Now I will Thoughtseize them. I want to see how many answers they have to Planeswalker in their hand. Guess this doesn't really matter. think I'm going to be countering whatever they play. Like Seasoned Pyromancer when I have Narset in play. I guess that's fine. And they're going to have like a bunch of small creatures this way. But they are discarding 2 cards. So I guess that's good enough for me. It wasn't good enough for them, it turns out. So this is probably the same matchup. Let's see if I can sideboard the same way twice in a row. No, I wanted all those. And this one. And I cut this one. This one. This one. And this one. No idea what happened there, but I'll take it, I guess. This hand I will not keep. Wait, how's my opponent playing a red-black deck with planes? I only play against red-black decks, opponent. Oh, yikes. Tribal Life Gain is not very good against my combo deck. This may be okay against Wielder.
Mind and body, keep an open mind.
So I still need a 3rd blue mana before I can just kill them. Beautiful. That's a nice one. Invasion of Dominaria, what the hell? They don't even get a card because of Narset. Brutal. Truly brutal.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Does this stop me? It does actually stop me. If they do that, okay. For people who don't know, this combo was briefly the scourge of like best of one standard, where I guess they used to do it with Faceless Haven. It's way less mana with Mutavault. They're gonna try to get some sort of, what's it called? Divinity counter, maybe? Oh, they didn't even try to do it. They can make it so they can't lose the game if they get to exile this thing onto the Mutavault. But it turns out they can lose the game because they didn't do that. I would have been able to stop it with Heartless Act. But you have to be able to stop it at instant speed, because they'll just never animate their land again. Or if you have, like, Field of Ruin in your deck or Ghost Quarter, you can break it up. I don't have either of those in my deck anymore, though. This is a spot where I'm going to have access to 5 mana next turn. So I'd probably, if I was worried about how they would interact with my Jace, I could get to the point where I'm leaving only 1 card left in my deck, so that when I play the Jace and plus it, I can respond to whatever they might do by casting Cling to Dust to draw another card. So like I could win even if my opponent had, well, Sheoldred's Edict, I would just sack the Narset. But if they had, say, Fry to kill the Jace at instant speed, I would still be able to win. You need a lot of patience to play this deck sometimes, because you do spend a lot of time clicking Decline. So there's one card left in my deck, so I need to take this one or I would deck myself. And now my deck is empty. And so I could go like plus this. If they did anything, I would respond with Cling to Dust. So there's some sort of like mono-white angel combo deck. I think I want to go for the Throat. Probably want Cut Down. I guess I want a Braid. A Braid can is this Book of Exalted Deeds thing an artifact? Yeah, it is. Alright. I don't know that I really need any of this other stuff. Probably don't need Soul Guide Lantern or Spell Pierce or Mystical Dispute. It's a Youthful Valkyrie. So I'm going to leave up Censor for this turn. Next turn I'm probably just going to play Innocent Blood. Well, now I'm going to play Innocent Blood plus Mazemind Tome. I definitely want to use the Innocent Blood before I cast the Crucius. My opponent didn't want to play anymore. Back to my red-black roots. Should I Tainted Pact for a land? I think I want to. Can't be too picky there because I can eventually hit a Jace and then I would have to either stop or gamble that I was going to hit a land that I actually wanted before I hit my second Jace, so it isn't risk-free. Started with Crucius now.
I've always hated crowds.
This can kill the Liliana. If I'm lucky, it hits a blue land.
Fine.
I
know when I'm not wanted.
Not really. Okay. I can sack their blood to enable Fatal Push to kill Laelia, which wouldn't be at all surprising if they had that in their hand. If they're going to do that, you would think they would do it before I get to attack. Looks like that's what they're going to do right now. I'm going to counter this. again. And it's not the worst. I don't think I want to languish. It would kill my Laelia. Instead, I'm just going to play this Jace, give him something to attack. I don't mind. I can't win. I can snap Tainted Pact, but I don't have enough mana to play the Soul Guide Lantern and draw a card. I would have needed 6 mana to win there. They're going to take this anyway. This makes it harder for them to attack the Jace. They can kill the Laelia somehow this turn. I might actually get in a little bit of trouble. Remove up to 3 counters, brutal. 3 counters the poorer. I think I'm just going to be exiling their graveyard anyway, so I'm just going to hold on.
Always.
Guess I could draw a Tainted Pact here and my life would be easy. It's not. I don't have to exile their graveyard just to get the Seasoned Pyromancer right this second, because they wouldn't be able to kill my Jace if they just made the 2/1/1s from the Seasoned Pyros. Well, sit on the Soul Guide Lantern for a little bit longer.
This isn't over until we
Not in a terrible shape right now. Could be going a little better, but yeah, I guess I'll get a card. I don't really want to play the Jace and have it die immediately to Den of the Bugbear plus 2 Goblin tokens. On some sort of instant speed removal spell. Not too worried about dying to damage, because I'm about to gain 4 life. Can I activate 2 of them? No. They can activate, and if I kill one, they can activate another one in response. I think I would actually kill the Den of the Bugbear here, maybe. I had the option. I don't even have the option. Don't need to worry about that. I don't think I have quite enough mana to make hard-casting Shark Typhoon a worthy play. Hopefully they don't have Fatal Push. So if they don't have Fatal Push, they need to have a creature to be able to block the Hall of Storm Giants where they take 14. Clutch like turn 7 million Spell Pierce. I do like playing Historic, but sometimes it feels like you play against red-black a little bit too much. I hate mulliganing in this matchup, but this hand is too bad. This hand is fine. Should I bottom Opt? It's either Opt or Cling to Dust, and I actually like Cling to Dust. Because a lot of the times the game goes a little bit long and you wind up getting multiple cards off the Cling to Dust. Also, they do have stuff like Croxa, which it's sometimes nice to Cling to Dust. I was hoping they were going to play Crucius there. Actually going to go lesser and hope to hit a land. I did it. I found a land. To 5 cards in the yard. There's a decent chance they're just dead here. I thought they were just doing this to enable their procs. Like, it's completely fine that my Crucius died. I'm going to try to kill them. Ideally, they just go land Croxa, and then they're just dead. If they have Sheoldred's Edict in their hand, they win. I think that that's what they're representing, but they may be bluffing. See if we can either find an instant speed draw spell or a discard card. Drown in the Lock would have worked as well. I guess a land also works because I can play Narset first. Like, but all of those things have to be in like cards 2, 3, or 4 from bottom of my deck, or maybe it's just 2 and 3. So if I take that, draw card 3, mill. Yeah, so I can't take that. I can draw card, mill 2, draw. Yeah, I think that works. They were just bluffing.
We can figure a way out.
Or maybe they didn't realize what was happening and they were just like, this Chandra's the greatest thing ever. I'm going to keep it in my hand. Got a Yorion. This is probably some sort of enigmatic incarnation deck if I had to guess. Tomb's a weird land for a Yorion deck to start on. Maybe they're like a Sultai Ultimatum deck. I guess it's possible. I'll just play this land and hope that Censor works to counter whatever they do. That way I'll have 4 mana for Memory Deluge. Excuse me. Turns out I didn't need the Censor, whatever they did, because they didn't do anything. I'm a big fan of that card. Played it a lot in Alchemy when it first came out, and then, I don't know. I guess I stopped playing Alchemy. I don't really want a Soul Guide Lantern a card out of my graveyard. And it was possible they were going to play a blue spell, so I could go Mystical Dispute plus Memory Deluge, which is probably the more important thing. I'm going to scry anything that isn't a Jace to the bottom of my deck. Just hope to Memory Deluge into Jace and kill them. And they really... How many Keys to the Archive do they have in their 80 card deck? It's starting to get out of hand. I might actually be in some trouble now. I guess I want to have enough mana to potentially Memory Deluge if they don't do anything. I suspect I'm going to have to respond to something they're going to do, but I'll force them to do something first. Four Hydroid Creases. Can't really do anything about that. See what they got. Please reveal to me what you're doing. Wouldn't mind if they played some sort of counter here and I could spell pierce it. I do have counter spell. And they have Emergent Ultimatum. Man, I wish they played that counter spell. Yes, I should take the Emergent Ultimatum. I'm just playing this because it's getting to the point where it's probably not going to be able to do anything. Whoa, why did they do that? I accept, opponent, I accept. They're going to get to play another one for 6, which is a problem, but my deck is pretty small, and I'm going to get to see a lot of cards. Potentially find a Jace. This might kill them. It's a little bit dangerous that I can hit double Jaces, because like I said, my deck is kind of small and I haven't seen a Jace yet. Maybe I should have just Tainted Pact immediately. Let's see if I go pretty deep and find a removal spell. That was probably a mistake on my part. I'm not at the point where I'm just going to keep a Jace. Does Calling Ritual hit 3s? No, it doesn't.
You've already lost. You just don't know.
That's not an auspicious beginning for them. Guess they're trying to Urion to find a counter. For people who don't know, Key to the Archive has a whole bunch of cards in its spellbook, one of which is Counterspell. That's how they got the Counterspell into their hand earlier on in this game. Guess they can also hit removal spells for Laelia. I think Putrefy is in the spellbook. Doomblade. This probably kills them. They need to either counter it. Okay, they countered it. That I did not like. What should I do about that? I guess I can Painful Bond, and if I don't hit anything, I can still cycle Shark Typhoon, potentially. Not die. Or even better, I can Otawara the Yorion to not die. If I just use Shark Typhoon, I could die to a removal spell. Been a kind of crazy game. Next turn, my life total isn't actually as low as it might seem. I can gain some life from Cling to Dust. If need be. Oh no, I can die to Lightning Bolt off of Key to the Archive now. Probably they're dead. I said that last turn, though. And they managed to live. You should not have let me untap, opponent. I want Thought Distortion. Negate, miscast, change the equation, duress. Probably want a Braid. A Braid's good against Key to the Archive. Just destroying the artifact is generally worth it. I don't think I want Thieving Skydiver, it's too expensive. Definitely don't want Languish. I think Ruska is actually better than Shieldred in this matchup, probably. I don't know if I want either one of them, but maybe I do. Don't want Innocent Blood, don't want Fatal Push, don't want Bloodchief's Thirst. Don't think I want Heartless Act either. I guess I'm not going to play a Braid if I have Prismari Command. And I'm likely going to want to counter Key to the Archive anyway. But, maybe those are better. Maybe it's better to have a Braid than Soul Guide Lantern. Gonna maybe want to take Growth Spiral, so I'll just do this turn 1. Oh, Assemble the Titan. Or Assemble the Team. That's a cool card. Do I want to take Growth Spiral or Assemble the Team? I think I'll just take Growth Spiral. They don't even have the right lands to cast Assemble the Team yet. And this is a sorcery, so I will be able to go snap Thoughtseize potentially. The one potential drawback of that being it does give them a target to Binding the Old Gods, but it's not much of a target. I think I'm still going to snap Thoughtseize them. It's a little bit tempting to play Crucius there. I don't quite get to enough mana that if I Crucius and then go for a land, I can Tainted Pact Jace. But I only have access to 5 mana. And I might be pinched on blue mana even. Oh, blue land. That'll work. They have 4 cards in their yard right now. Down on the lock. This is one of the spots where I'm gonna cling my own graveyard. Hopefully get them to the point that I can drown an expensive card if it matters. Spare Jace. So if they play Titan of Industry, I'm just going to Tainted Pact Thought Distortion. Ugh. Well, that wasn't fun. No, I probably lose. It's not quite enough. 6 or less. Just drawn that last turn. I will keep my graveyard safe. That thought distortion was brutal. Extinction event odd. No. You get Shark Typhoon here, does it do anything? Rusko does not save me. Not much to do about that other than just hope it doesn't happen again. Obviously I do have some discard. I can make them discard Thought Distortion before it happens, but Thought Distortion is just one of those cards you can't really play around it all that much. I will cycle to try to make my land drop rather than using Tainted Pact here. Yeah, I'll let them explore. So coming to play tapped, it is. This way, if they tap out, I do kill them. Yep. Choose wisely. It's the last choice you'll ever make. Guess, is this part of an emergent ultimatum pile, maybe? There's got to be a reason, right? You don't just put 5 mana Demonic Tutor in your deck for no reason. I guess that's part of the combo piles of emergent ultimatum. I saw Omniscience, yeah, they're trying to do some sort of a combo thing, and then I don't know what's up with all the Hydroid Crises. Nothing fancy that I can do here. It's just make sure I don't accidentally deck myself. Which if you play with this deck enough, you're always going to accidentally deck yourself at least the once. In my case, it's probably more than the once. Draws like this are why I like playing this deck. You do just get some of your equity is just straight up free wins, where you just kill your opponent on turn 4 out of nowhere. It's not a red-black deck. I think I want to Thoughtseize them first. They just drew another elf. I took one and they drew one. How's that fair? I'm gonna keep killing them though. think I want to kill this. Do I want to make a treasure, or do I want to draw 2, discard 2? I think I just want to make a treasure. Definitely not going to cast Consider off the treasure. It just doesn't make any sense to make plays like that usually. Because I can just wait until my turn to sack a treasure to cast Consider. Unless, if I was going to miss a land drop, I might do that, but I made my land drop for the turn. Is it worth it to play Shieldred? They're almost definitely going. Well, they're pretty likely to storm the festival turn after this. I think it's still probably worth it to play it. Like, I don't have that many ways I can stop them from casting the Storm the Festival if they just make their first 6 land drops. And this is, they're not going to really have very many ways to stop me from combo killing them. So just gaining some life off of Shieldred probably buys me a lot of time. It's just sitting in play, it probably buys me more than 1 turn worth of time. I don't really understand why people play this Invasion of Ixalan in this deck. Maybe it's just so important for them to find Nykthos that they just want a card that tutors for Nykthos. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Now they aren't even trying to flip it. I wasn't going to block if they tried to flip it either. This isn't going great. This is the opposite of what happened that game where I won on turn 4. Like I've seen a lot of cards and I haven't even seen either half of the combo. The good news is I'm about to look at 4 more cards, so maybe I'll see something good at that point. We're storming the festival. I can't spell pierce if they have access to 4 more mana. They have access to quite a lot of mana now.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
I'm going to play Memory Deluge, and I'm going to play Spell Pierce, maybe, if they play something I can Spell Pierce. I'm not even thinking really about Fatal pushing, like the Elvish Mystic, to cut into their Nykthos mana. I just don't think it does enough. Hey, they whiffed on their Cavalier of Thorns. Finally, something's going my way.
You will not threaten this world.
Let's see if they know what's up. It's a reasonable chance that they don't name Jace or Tainted Pact just because they don't understand what my deck's trying to do. Nope, they named Tainted Pact. Well done, opponent. Can I possibly kill them, though? Is the question. Probably not. I have another Nykthos. I thought they were done. More cards.
I will defend my allies. I will rid you of your.
It's probably going to be some card that can kill Sheoldred. Ooh, a Power Stone token for me. Okay. Haven't had one of those before. That's probably pretty good. This is good. The gate's probably pretty good. I think I want Duress. Or Braid. What don't I want? I think Languish is not very good. They have Pelucrinoses, so it isn't just like all old growth trolls. I don't think I need Soul Guide Lantern. I think Innocent Blood is worse than Cut Down or Davriel's Withering. Or maybe just not playing any of that stuff. So I guess the question is, do I want... Probably Davriel's Withering is better than Cut Down, because this kills all the elves and can have a minor effect on a bigger creature if I need it to. I think that's going to be better than Mystical Dispute. Guess I have to counter that, because they're going to flip it immediately with the old growth troll if I don't. Would have very much liked to have gotten to Prismari Command the Elvish Mystic that turn. But it wasn't what I had a chance to do. These were kind of annoying in this matchup. I just think if I was playing a more aggressive deck, it'd be so hard for them to be worth spending 2 mana on. Maybe I'm wrong. Got Censor and or Cycle here. Another one, holy cow. They're really not messing around. I wish I still had that Languish in my deck. I'm just gonna cycle. I think I'm to the point where it's basically like I need to combo kill them in 2 turns or I'm going to lose. I don't think playing Sheoldred's Edict to kill a land or elf does anything at all. I'm gonna probably cycle Censor and I'm gonna just play Cling to Dust to get another card. Yeah, sure.
Not to brag, but my friend's kind of a big deal. One drop ripples and grows.
See if I can draw into anything that would make it so that I can live another turn. I don't think there's anything, so I think that I'm just going to cycle Censor. If my top 2 cards are Jace, Tainted Pact, I win. If not, I lose. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Don't think there's any way I can win from this spot. But no, that's not true. So what has to happen is I need to draw Tainted Pact here, off by 1, alright. I needed to draw Tainted Pact, and have my bottom card be Censor or be like Consider or Opt, something like that. Alright, not a bad run. 5-1, defeating a lot of red-black along the way. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be making some more videos with some different decks in the Historic Metagame Challenge over the next couple of days, so stay tuned for those, and I'll see you then.